This is Business and Economy Network.
The small and medium-scale enterprises in any modern economy can never be overemphasized. It's important, it's very, very key for industrialization and for growth of any modern economy. What is happening with the small and medium-scale enterprises in Nigeria today? Have they been evolving to become large-scale? These are questions begging for an answer. My name is Peter Nwoche and you're watching Business and Economy Network. We want to say a big thank you to those of you watching us in faraway Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ilori, Bauchi, Jigawa, Kano, Kaduna, Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra, Asaba. Wherever you're watching, in South Africa, Ghana, London, via the online channels, we want to thank you so sincerely for allowing us into your homes and offices. Like I did said, the small and medium scale enterprises. Now, looking at our spotlight today, Harmony Holdings Limited. Yes, Harmony Holdings Limited. We have the CEO. It is a holding company for Kwara State government to create employment and also yield dividends of democracy to indigenous of Kwara State. And for company in focus, we have the Chairman Chief Executive Officer of Pokobros Group West Africa. Yes, a company doing very, very well in various sectors of Nigerian economy. We had a one-on-one with the chairman and we visited a factory in Onitsha, looking at industrial hub in the eastern part of Nigeria. For industry reports, we have pharmaceutical companies in Nigeria. We have the CEO of Gauze Pharmaceutical and Lab Limited, and also we have the CEO of Sofak Pharmaceutical Industries Limited. It's going to be an interesting watch, but always remember this: your happiness starts with you. I'll be back after this time out.
Use Neurogesic if you get back pain, muscle pain, I mean a joint pain, rub Neurogesic, put me go warm, go reach deep down, no wonder Neurogesic they really pain, rub Neurogesic, put me go warm, go reach deep down, no wonder Neurogesic they really pain. True, Neurogesic it get power pass pain. Neurogesic na Drugfield Pharmaceuticals Limited they make am.
Mr. Tokwe Daramola is the Group Managing Director of Harmony Holdings Limited, with major in business, banking and finance, and having worked in a lot of areas where he has gained necessary knowledge in the right capacities, which he has brought to play in Harmony Holdings Limited. Harmony is a unique idea brought by the government of Kwara State, headed by Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed. Though wholly owned by the government, Harmony Holdings has operated like a private company, which has brought about positive turnaround over the years. Some positive from these are companies are now progressive, increased employment, self-funding, and even generate funds for government, proper utilization of government property. Subsidiaries under Harmony Group Limited are Harmony Security Limited, Harmony Insurance Brokers, Harmony Investment and Property Development Company Limited, Harmony Transport Services Limited, Kwara Football Academy, Shanghai Farms, to mention a few.
Well, I'm Tokwe Daramola, like you said, and I have my background in business, banking and finance. I also have a background in banking, after which I left banking, I joined government, let's put it that way. And I was privileged before I joined government that I was part of the director of Shanghai Farms Holdings in Kwara State. And later on, I became the Director General of Bureau of Lands, where I have responsibility for a review on the land processes, and then to be able to, even before the general talk about ease of doing business in land administration, be able to kick off initiative for us to be able to have a restructure process into which we could have access to land, and then try to create, basket and, portfolio of what lands should be used for, and then to be able to put into priorities of what we need land for housing, for agribusiness, and etc., after which I joined Harmony Holdings as the Group Chief Executive in 2012. Yeah, I want to talk about the uniqueness from the concept of what led to, how do we come across what we have as Harmony Holdings, which is a fantastic idea of the Kwara State government. I think there was a time the present governor, Dr. Fattah Ahmed, came to realization and said, you know what, we have several government enterprises that have been performing below, what it's supposed to be. You have wastages, you have bureaucracy, you have things that were set up to be able to not only conduct business in like a private sector environment, end up being bureaucratic. And then you see businesses that are set up to be able to generate employment, to be able to, add value to government and etc. And then you eventually see these companies, because they were not managed properly, they were managed by government themselves. You see they end up even still getting more allocation from government. And if you look at the landscape in Nigeria today, you have plethora of people across state in the federation, where you have enterprises and businesses that are set up to be able to generate resources and keep people at work, but eventually they couldn't achieve that purpose. And so the governor felt, you know what, we need to approach this business separately. And so it came together and put together this company. And we now superintend over all those government enterprises that were dead, that were moribund, that were not alive. So we have responsibility to do the difficult job of trying to restructure them, repackage them, bring life back to them so that we can keep people at job, which is very critical. If you can't keep people at job, they become nuisance, not only to themselves, to the society, all right, to be able to also reduce government expenditure. What they normally do, have to be taking subvention from government, can now stand alone, survive for themselves without relying on government, and then release resources, actualize, convert these assets that have been moribund, idle, underutilized into active, resource to be able to support government in their enterprise. Again, it goes without saying, because before, governance becomes easy in Nigeria because you have access to a lot of money, so people can use money the way they like. But because of, the low downturn of price of oil in the sometimes past, the recession that follow, government has to also look for ingenious way to be able to manage their resources. And that was a business case why Harmony Holding have to come into existence. And it has to be so. There's no other way.
Chief Paul Amachukwu Okonkwo is the Chairman Chief Executive Officer, Pokobros Group West Africa Limited. Started trading at the age of 12, had his first factory in 1978, and since then, till date, has been doing tremendously well. Under the group are no less than 20 subsidiaries in different sectors of the Nigerian economy, in agriculture, real estate, hospitality, oil and gas, engineering, etc. Some subsidiaries under the group are as follows: Wiz Oil Products Limited, Ozala Plastic, Pokobros Food and Chemical Industry, Pokobros Trading Company Limited, Union Oak Farms Limited, Tourist Garden Hotel Limited, Pisako Chemical Industries. Pokobros Wiz Oil is Nigeria's first lubricant producer and has opened way to many other lubricant producers in the country.
My name is Chief Dr. Ezechiel Ezoji Ichia Paul Amachukwu Okonkwo, MFR, OG of Isovia, Executive Chairman, Pokobros Group West Africa Limited, the conglomerate. Well, Pokobros Group West Africa Limited emanated from, it wasn't my father's, I initiated it. I started business when I was 12 years. That was as early as 1952, 53. And then I left my hometown in Sofak to Eboma as an apprentice, and after 59-60 I couldn't stay there. After Nigerian independence I came back. My first factory was built in 1978 when dollar was probably 48 kobo, 50 kobo per dollar, and that stimulated me to get into factories, started building factories. My first factory was built, the foam factory was built in 1978. And after that, I started going into testing agriculture, making sure that the best bet is to do a sort of backward integration. We went into agriculture so that we go to the farm, get the food, process it, and sell. We went into 1985. My company, the Wiz Oil, was the first indigenous company to start blending lubricants after the Big 8. In fact, that company was a gateway to Dozy them, AZ them, and all other lubricants factories. Our license number is 0009 after the Big 8. So we started it. And things were going. I had a franchise license from United States of America because the name Wiz emanated from United States, though we have incorporated that Wiz Oil Nigeria. nobody's dodging tax. It's because we have no infrastructure in place. If I pay to government all the money I used to maintain my generator every month, by and by, whether I like it or not less than 1 or 2 million for diesel. If I don't buy that, I don't buy this thing and pay it to government, I will be more safe. The pollution free, hassle free, everything free. And then you pay it to government, you rest. Come on, all these African countries, they're not talking about electricity any longer. Any government that comes will be talking about electricity. For the past 30 years, we are going nowhere. It's a shame. Absolutely a shame. When you go to Europe or America or whatever, Cote d'Ivoire here, we used to have office in Cote d'Ivoire before. We just closed it because when they had crisis, I didn't want to lose anybody. I said, close it down, come back. If you go there, Cote d'Ivoire started using a prepaid meter. They started using it 30 years ago. Today, there's 90% of the buildings in Nigeria have no prepaid meter. Is it a deal? Is it a deal producing prepaid meter? It's not a deal. Why should it be a thing of every day we talk the same thing, prepaid meter, we talk the same thing? They don't want to put it because they give people any amount they want. When these things have been privatized, I warned. I said, if you want to privatize any company, look for foreigners, people who will invest. GEC them, Chinese company them, Britain. I'm not criticizing our indigenous company, but the aim is completely defeated. They don't invest anything because the issue is your transformer will burn down, you have to go and repair it yourself. You repair it and then write an undertaking. I've dashed you the transformer. I mean, that's an abomination in Igbo land. Somebody will come and give you transformer, and you say you can't pay him back. No prepaid meters, nothing. People are crying. A flat that's supposed to pay 2,000 or 3,000 naira a month, you ask him to pay 15,000, 20,000, because he doesn't know where the thing is, whether there's a right or not. I take one of my factories as an example. Every month, 80,000, 100,000. I protested, and after my protest, they said, "No, you can't do that. This is a factory." The next month, they gave me 300 and something thousand, and I said, "I won't pay. Give me prepaid. Give me prepaid." I fought. They bring prepaid and fixed there. And the highest we had used was 52,000.
Pharmacist Ephraim Ayanchebelu is the MD CEO of Gauze Pharmaceutical and Laboratories Limited, established in 1992 but did not commence production until the year 2000. The delay was because it took time for the company to develop its products by testing them to confirm their quality. In 2000, the production of 8 products commenced after receiving the nod from NAFDAC and the Pharmacists Council of Nigeria. Gauze has maintained a high level of discipline in the pharmaceutical manufacturing business. The company has maintained and operated on a clean slate, which has encouraged the company to roll out more products, though under 4 distinct lines: the oral liquid line, the external line, the beta lactam line, the powder and ORS line. Presently, Gauze Pharmaceuticals has over 30 products. It is pertinent to state that the company has always strived and resolved to produce pharmaceutical products of high quality.
I am pharmacist Sir Ephraim Ayanchebelu. I hail from Orauku in Idemili North Local Government area of Anambra State. I graduated as a pharmacist in 1979 from the University of Ife, formerly anyway, now Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. Gauze Pharmaceutical started from the scratch, from first principle. We started as a retail shop in Ikulobia, Agwata local government of Anambra State. And that time we started at a small retail shop, number 10 Okul Road, Ikulobia. in April 1985. And by the grace of God, it continues to develop and grow. We have what we call batch sizes. In our syrup area, we have batch size of 1,500 liters. And we can produce that on the whole, 3-4 batches a day. We have many filling machines, automatic filling machines, semi-automatic filling machines. We can produce 3-4 batches of that a day of different products. In the external line, we have products like hydrogen peroxide, we have spirits. Really, if somebody says we do well in liquid preparations, he may be right. That's where we started from. We have spirit, we have scabies stuff for scabies. That one is very popular, very, very popular. They look for it from all looks of, very popular. We have scabies, we have scabies stop. We have calamine lotion. We have Jangen, a brand of, it's an antiseptic, a brand of Savlon, antiseptic. We also have, we can also produce 3-4 batches a day, taking 1,500 liters as a batch. Then in the tablet section, we can also produce, in fact, we produce day and night. We run shifts. So we produce reasonably. We produce reasonably by the grace of God. Then we have in the what we call powder section, where we produce oral rehydration salt. We also intend to increase the number of products there. In that section, meanwhile, it's only this ORS, and I think it's good. Oral rehydration salt. Then in the beta lactam section, that factory is built outside this environment because it's usually because of the problems of allergy and similar things. The staff that works in this section, oral or liquid line or tablet line, may not be able to work in the beta lactam because of allergies due to penicillin and whatever. So that one we produce, meanwhile, the oral dry powder for children. We call our brand Zimamox, Pharmoxlin, Zimaslin, Pharmslin, Zimaclos for Anticlos. We run them in 60 ml and 100 ml powder. We also, it's outside there, but not far from here. We have from start, we call it Coslin cough expectorant for adults. We also have Coslin cough syrup for children. There are 2 different formulations. We have chloroquine syrup, we have paracetamol syrup. We have mixed magnesium trisilicate for the stomach. We have Maxseed suspension, which is an adaptation of mixed magnesium trisilicate to permanently suspend the raw material in solution. You know, not to be shaked vigorously before it's So it's very good, it's going, people enjoy it. We also have promethazine syrup. We have the Ogolin syrup. We have Gosleran syrup. There are new ones we are launching, you know, that's just been registered by NAFDAC, like this Clarifed, a brand of Actifed syrup and tablet. And you have Zimatrin, which is cotramazole suspension. We have Zimagil, which is metronidazole suspension. Both tablet and suspension will have them. Likewise, Zimatrin.
Pastor Samson Kehinde Oladejo is the MD CEO of Sofak Pharmaceuticals Industry Limited, situated in Ogbomosho, Oyo State, Nigeria. Pastor Oladejo started with retail trading in pharmaceutical products and later a distributor for various pharmaceutical producers before setting up Sofak Pharmaceuticals Industries Limited, an indigenous firm in the pharmaceutical industry in Nigeria. Established with the primary aim of meeting the healthcare need of Nigeria and Nigerians through its high-quality range of pharmaceutical products of various healing units like anti-malarials, anti-infective and multivitamins amongst others, which has become a popular brand leader in in the Nigerian pharmaceutical market. Sofak is said to satisfy customers always, regardless of challenges.
My name is Pastor Kende Samson Oladejo, a native of Ogbomoso, Oyo State, MD Sofak Pharmaceuticals Industry Limited, Ogbomoso. The Bible says nobody has ever received anything unless it is given from the above, that is from our Creator. I have the idea of a pharmaceutical company when I was in secondary school, right when I was in secondary school. By then, after closing, I have no opportunity of going to boarding school, but day school, in secondary school. So when I finished, due to where I came, I cannot, my parents are so, let me say they are so rich, but the opposite side. So because of that, I do buy something called fences by then. After the closing hour, I will begin to work. When I buy a packet of fences by then, 3 naira. And I sold it at 3 naira 50 kobo, a profit of 50 kobo. So I by then, I said there is profit on the medicine line. So when I finished, I have no opportunity of further. So I went for training of medicine in a shop called Olorun Kaloba Patent Medicine Store in Ogbomoso. So after my freedom, I begin to hawk, that is, from one place to the other, begin to sell. Later on, as God helped me, I moved down to Kano to become a dealer or distributor of companies' products, different kind of products, company dealer or distributor. From there, God bless me, and my interest, my mission, my vision, I can see it's now coming up. So I decided to come down to my town, which is Ogbomoso, to establish this Sofak. And the name just come up, as you know my name, S-O-K. That is my own name. S-O stand for Samson Oladejo, K for Kende, while the other F-A stand for my wife's name. This company was dedicated March 24, 2012. Decided that is when we dedicated this company. But you know, to build it, to finish it, it's not that day we started. It took me almost 4 to 5 years before I started. I started around 2009 before it commenced on 2012. Our mission to satisfy our customers, the less privileged, the people that need it. With God, all things are possible. It is not easy, really, but through the help of God and determination, prayer, when I say sacrifice, not that we are putting something on junction, but with putting more effort, the time of build recession gave us a lot of problems. When we want to import, it may have delay. When we want to take, maybe we want to take loan from the bank, it may not be easy. But at the same time, God has been helping us. We have two sections of our production. We call one liquid line, which is into syrups, while another one is to tablet line, that is solid. So in that liquid, we are producing syrups, that is the bottles one. Like from there, we have a blood tonic, neem, Pharm, Hematone, all those ones are in tonics, both for adults and children. We have one called Sofak Pharmacy. That Sofak is vitamin C, that is ascorbic for children. Then we have something paracetamol in tablets. We have metronidazole, that is Flagy, but we call it Sofag. That is, I want the name of soap to be Sofag, Sofatrim. Then we call it OTC, out of counter. Those are OTC are the paracetamol, multivitamin, YEOM, that is prescribed only on medical. That one are Sofag. The level of patronage, we thank God, both states and federal, we have opportunity of meeting them, the hospitals, the federal hospitals, like Bowen Teaching Hospital, like Teaching Hospital in the Ogbomoso and far away, and state hospital, they do buy from us. And the channels of distribution, we have our sales rep here and there, all over 36 states. They were in Lagos, in Ibadan, Kano, Jigawa, Sokoto, Kwara State here, just to mention a few. So God has helped us to cover the states.
Well, via this way time we permit us. I want to say thank you so very much, and I believe you must have learned so much. Keep the comments coming in. All your comments, letters, criticism, and all. We are here to serve you better, and that is what Business and Economy Network is all about. On behalf of production crew, I want to say thank you. Tomorrow is another day. But don't forget, this conversation is ending on the networks right now, but it's still ongoing online. So you can visit us on our YouTube channels, which is www.youtube.com/user/greenspringgroup, or visit our website www.greenspringgroup.com. Remember, your happiness starts with you. Don't forget about that. Stay blessed.